What's going on, Nerd Army guys, and welcome to Exploring Comics. This segment is where we're going to break down your favorite heroes and villains and give you all the information on their history that you need to really get to know these characters on a deeper level. Today we are going to focus on the Black Canary. So guys, let's strap in and check out this amazing female hero. Black Canary first appeared in 1947, where at the time she was a superhero spy that was infiltrating organized crime. In 1948, we got her full backstory, where she was a florist by day who was actually in a romantic relationship with Larry Lance, a detective in the Gotham City Police Department. In the 1960s, Black Canary, along with most of the Golden Age superheroes, were actually relocated to Earth 2. This is where all the Golden Age superheroes and villains are from. But in 1969, there was a big JLA and JSA crossover, so bringing her back to Earth 1. The JLA and the JSA teamed up to fight the star creature Aquarius. During the fight though, Dinah's husband, Larry Lance, was actually killed. She blamed herself, and to deal with her guilt, she left Earth 2 completely. She returned to Earth 1 and eventually joined the Justice League of America. She also started to date fellow Justice League member Oliver Queen, aka the Green Arrow. The 1980s shook everything up for the character of Black Canary, because at this time, now there are two Canaries. The one that we know currently, Dinah Laurel Lance, is actually the daughter of Dinah Drake, the original Black Canary from the 40s. And the younger Dinah, the daughter of the original Black Canary, was actually cursed by a wizard, and that's where she got her Canary Cry. And it was very much uncontrollable for quite some time. She eventually learned to harness and hone her power. Now in 2011, they completely revamped the character once again. This one was probably the biggest change for the character all around, because in 2011, when they revamped her during the New 52, her backstory completely changed. So this time, Dinah was a young girl who was abandoned by her mother. Dinah believed that her mother abandoned her because she was such a bad child. So she lived with this inside of her, when in actuality, the mother was just a young girl, a teenager at the time, and she could not even provide for herself, let alone provide for a young girl. Young Dinah believed that she was such a bad child that she actually acted like a bad child. For many years, she jumped foster home to foster home because she didn't feel that she deserved to be loved and cared for by anyone, so she acted like the horrible child that she thought she was. Eventually, a man named Desmond Lamar actually took her in. He actually owned a dojo and was an ex-military operative. Dinah trained with him for many years, and she became extremely close to him. And to her, he became more than just a friend. He became a father figure. But eventually she did lose him to cancer. When this happened, she took it extremely hard, and she actually took over the dojo to keep his dream alive, to help children on the street have somewhere to go. But eventually the dojo was attacked by the League of Assassins, and it was destroyed. Dinah did her best to fight off the League and actually defeated many of the League's assassins. Dinah doing this actually caught the attention of the leader of Team 7, John Lynch. He invited her to join the team as an operative of Team 7. While she was a part of Team 7, they actually discovered that she had a recessive metahuman gene. So she agreed to let them experiment on her. Her and fellow team member Kurt Lance, who she was secretly in love with, and before the procedure, they both eloped and decided to get married. Against all League 7 rules, they did it. They were married husband and wife before they went through the experiments. The experiment was a disaster. Dinah gained the ability to cry out supersonic cries. This would ultimately become known as the Canary Cry. Now, this was very much out of control. She did not know how to control it and started screaming and destroying the room they were in. When Kurt reached over and grabbed her hand. Now, this could have been the love that they both had for each other, or it could have just been his ability, which he had a psychic ability to be able to control people and make them do what he wants. It was shown that his ability was to be able to amplify or stop her power. So using his ability, he ultimately does stop her power before it gets completely out of control. The team was sent to a remote island to retrieve Pandora's box. So when they got there, they had a big argument with Mr. Majestic because his plans were to open the box. The team was told to retrieve it, do not open the box. So Dinah stood up and said, "We will not let this happen." She let out a Canary Cry, and with Kurt in hand, he actually boosted the power of her Canary Cry to such a high level that she actually destroyed the island that they were on. Now doing this, many of the members of Team 7 were killed, aside from Dinah and Amanda Waller. So ultimately, Dinah was responsible for her husband's death. When they got back to headquarters, she was being debriefed, and it came out that they were married. Team 7 officials were furious, and they ultimately decided to put her down. Amanda Waller came to Dinah's rescue and let her know that they are planning to put her down. She helped her escape and gave her a costume that Team 7 had designed for her before they knew they were being disbanded. Now, after she escapes, she returns to Gotham City and ultimately joins the female superhero team of the Birds of Prey. Now, the Arrow TV show on CW did an entirely different spin on the character, but they did very well with the storyline, trying to get as close to the comics as they possibly could. In the Arrowverse, Dinah Laurel Lance is Laurel Dinah Lance, and her father is Captain Lance. Now, in the Arrow TV show, they did a great job in getting her story pretty close to the comic books. There were many changes that were brought on, but there were some that stayed the same. Now, in fact, one of them being that she was trained by Wildcat. The original Black Canary was trained by Wildcat from the JSA. So was Laurel from the TV show. She was trained by Wildcat to learn how to fight, to become the masked vigilante, the Black Canary. In the TV show, she does not have a metahuman ability, but she does wear a choker that was designed by Cisco Ramon from Star Labs to give her the ability to do the Canary Cry. Now, spoiler warning if you guys don't know. She recently was killed off in the Arrow TV show. Now, this may not be forever, it may be permanent, we don't know. It's never been fully shown. As the day I'm filming this, she has died on the Arrow TV show in the very last episode we saw. But is this the end for Laurel Lance? We don't know, guys, because it's the world of comic books. Shit happens. 2 major characters have been brought back to life on that TV show. Why not a third? Alright guys, but that is going to be my history of Black Canary. What do you guys think about it? Did you like the character? Do you like where she came from, where she's been, and everything in between? Let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Exploring Comics down in the comments down below. Do you like Black Canary? Is she one of your favorites, or do you think she's a character that you can just forget? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments below. Make sure to give it that big thumbs up and like this video. If you enjoyed yourself, share it with all your friends, and also guys, subscribe to the channel to keep up with me and all the other episodes of Exploring Comics we do right here on Nerdsmerize. If you liked the video you just saw, make sure you rate it with that big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out all the other nerdy videos we have just like this one. Also, check out my Patreon account and become a patron if you like for access to exclusive content.